Oh, so this is the first game you came to hear about me through.
Yeah. You were known as the Gunstar Hero expert. That's funny.
Which is kind of funny because I only hold one of the world records, but I guess there's been, I guess kind of the thing is when you kind of put yourself out there a little more and you do a little bit more for the community, you kind of gain that reputation. So, yeah.
It's a game you ran a lot of marathons and such, so.
Ice Palace Hype. Exactly. Yeah, Hugo knows what's up. He knows what's up. We'll get to that level when we get there. But yeah, Gunstar Heroes was actually the first Genesis game I ever ran. So it does hold quite a special place in my heart, especially playing it casually. And I mean, granted, I do have second place, I believe, for expert. And I mean, I'm not far behind in the game in the categories I don't have a world record in. So I mean, I guess that's something. It doesn't matter that whether you have the world record or not. It's just, when you're close enough to it, you still gain that reputation, even still. So, I'm not gonna spend too much time dawdling. This is like 50-minute estimate, so it's a fairly long run. And I did not practice for this, so there's a chance I could go over estimate here. Hopefully that will not happen.
Nobody can fall asleep, and there's still more games after this.
Well, I mean, Faust has gone to bed, so there's no one to fill in unless you want to do Three Ninjas Back.
Oh, I ain't playing anything Faust plays. He plays like dolphins and stuff.
Okay. In one of the backgrounds for the Dice Palace, there's a sprite that consists of a single black pixel that moves around and then drifts off screen. What is it? There is a sprite that consists of a black pixel. I'm gonna have to see what you're talking about there. I don't think I've noticed that. And I don't know if it'll actually show. It might be something that's unique to regular original console and CRT setups and captures. Alright, so let's do this. I'll see it. Okay. I'll look out for it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright, so first things first, we have like 3 important decisions we have to make. First is our playstyle. There's brick shot and 3 shot. Nice. We actually got the weapon combo to start. The other decision is the starting weapon. Oh my god, these guys, the grabs are so strong. Yeah, so expert, the enemies are quite intelligent, and they love to waste your time. They love to grab you, hold on to you, you know, waste your time in all sorts of beautiful ways. You're going to learn to hate things. But yeah, there's the playstyle that as one of the important choices that we have to choose. The other important choice that we need to choose from is our starting weapon, which is our starting primary, which is what we always start with. In the event that even if we game over, we start with that weapon, which is the flame. And we start with the flame so that we can combine either one of Chaser or Lightsaber. Those are the top tier weapons. We choose the Flame Chaser, because as you can see, we have full control of the Flame Chaser, whereas Lightsaber is very limited on its range. And the other important choice is choosing between 4 stages. The first 4 levels can be done in any order, doesn't really matter. We choose Pink Stage because it is the fastest way to get our preferred weapon combo. Well, quote-unquote easy. It's not easy because enemies are everywhere in the area. It doesn't matter, that's going to be the case no matter what. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Gunstar Heroes, there are a lot of auto-scrollers. If you aren't familiar with that, whoops. Okay, there we go. Now we got our standing slide. So that's half circle input to do that. Not the easiest unless you are a fighting game fan. And I already took a hit. Come on. I'm getting scrunched. And yeah, that's all there is to the stage. Let's see if we can do this. Nice, got under there. So we want to be right under here so that we can block all the shots as I fail that horrifically. Okay, now we got back to spot. So yeah, we want to continue to damage the main body while blocking these shots. This is another reason why this weapon is very top tier. You get rid of enemy projectiles with that. So on top of it being long range and free roam, you have the flexibility. You have the flexibility to be able to mitigate damage. Now, let's head on to the infamous level that was talked about earlier in chat, and that is the black stage. Oh boy, get away from me. Yeah, so that's kind of a problem. The other thing about Expert is that the minions are pretty good at blocking, which is kind of a problem. You do have a block yourself, but obviously that's slow. You don't want to be slowing down anywhere. Alright, cool. We're going to take that health, because obviously we did not handle that particularly well. And yeah, here's why the stage is pretty infamous. There's no real way to actually get the dice to do exactly what you want, so you kind of just have to play with whatever you get for a roll, and so far we have a bad start, getting a 1. You can glitch or throw when grabbing the dice, though. Alright, we got 3. That kind of makes it work a little bit. So ideally to get through this stage as fast as possible. Well, actually, we don't really know the fastest way of doing this stage. Or at least I don't, anyway. Like, what's the ideal rules and whatnot. There's been theories. They've been different by various people in the community, so nothing really written in stone. But ideally, we want to get some happy item spaces. They're rather ideal. Minion Soldier. Minion Soldier's a bit of a problem. Most people tend to struggle with this guy a lot. An easy way of dealing with him is if he gets too close, just go for a throw and keep him away. Sometimes you like to waste time like doing that. I usually have to stand up if he starts running towards me, because usually he likes to run towards you and try to get the grab on you. It's kind of what he likes to do. Alright, a 2. So I believe this is destroy the object. Yep. So that's good, because we get 15 free health for doing this one. So if you've ever done the easier difficulties, you might look at the speedrun and see quite a different way of handling some of these threats. Like, there's a lot more physical kick going on there. And that's because the physical kick gets quite badly nerfed as the higher difficulty you go, or the higher the difficulty is. Alright, can we get the clip? Yeah, we got the clip. Nice. Yeah, so there's something really wrong with that corner there, and you can just jump through the door by doing that. Don't know how precise it is. It only really saves like a few seconds. It's not really a big deal if you miss it. Ideally, you don't want that space at all, so... So, yeah, hopefully you don't have to go and do that trick. But it's luck-based, so... Should have enough time to kill this guy with this pattern. Perfect. Alright, so if you are familiar with a little known indie game called Cuphead, you might be getting deja vu with that game. this whole stage. And that's not because you can only roll like 3 of the highest per turn. But you can also, there's also this space where you can get sent back. And, well, whereas in Cuphead you can avoid that really easily, you can't in this game. And that's why this stage is really, really awful. We do not want to be hit by wayback space. If we get hit by wayback space, we can lose up to like 3 minutes. Alright, moment of truth.
Dagger, and I'm gonna let you go from here.
Okay, you gonna head out?
Yeah. I'm at my limit.
Okay.
I'll have to hang out with you in your time one day.
At some point. Okay, so we actually did...
I would still have 4 hours left.
Okay, good. Wow. We're getting pretty lucky on marathon runs and not getting the wayback space. Yeah, so if you get hit by the wayback space, you'll be sent right back to the beginning of the stage. Pretty bad. Alright, Max, if you haven't left, you have a good night. So, Black Flight. Want to be careful with what number he rolls, because that determines how many spaces he moves. And where he stops is what panel he'll use. So, when he moves 2 spaces there, he uses red. This time, it's going to be yellow. I think that time was... Nope, no black dot, but if you watch enough videos of the Dice Palace, you'll see it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's cause this is I'm running this on the Mega SG, so what do I select? Great, right. I don't even know why I was thinking about that one. Yeah, so I'm actually running this on the Mega SG. It's a more modern console where they take the actual hardware and put up a more refined HD look, and you can actually play it on the flat screen. Oh, actually, so here's a nice little trick with this level here. This is entirely an auto-scroller, and you can just literally duck, and nothing will literally touch you. Assuming I actually avoid anything that fires at me from the opposite side. The only optimization is getting rid of these guys on top of the train, which I failed to kill that guy for some reason. Yeah, there's really nothing much to say about this auto-scroller. It's just, okay, alright, this is a bit scary. We're gonna definitely need to get the help here. Yeah, as long as you're ducking and firing, you should be able to kill everything. Alright, come on, kick it, kick it, kick it. Yeah, nice. So sometimes with these birds, you only get one thing off them, but if an enemy actually picks the bird, something else will drop out of it. So you can take advantage of that if you are in a bit of trouble, especially with birds that drop health. Probably just ignore these enemies here. Let's focus on the main ones here. Okay, good. Now there's a reason now most runs that do this on X Remote always choose this level last. And that's because of the boss fight at the end. And that's also, because of the boss at the end, that's also why I choose a dirt. Because the last level I'm going to be choosing after this one has quite a bit of downtime for me to kind of relax. This is a very exhausting fight, by the way. So, 7 forces here, and 7 forms. I gotta burn through all of them on expert mode. In easier difficulties, you don't have to burn through them all. You just have to burn through about... You just have to burn through 5 or 7 of them, or 5 or 3 of them. I think on easy it's 3, and then on normal it's 5, and then hard and expert it's 7. This guy's very mobile. Got him into second phase. That's exactly where I want him. Now, there's a bit of luck associated with this second phase. Okay, yeah, not the best. Alright, Crab is not... Crab is a very exhausting phase because there's a lot of health to burn through. It also takes a little bit of time for him to start up. Thankfully, in expert mode, there's a lot less luck involved in this fight. Because you have to go through all the phases, so... There are certain phases that are faster to deal with than others. So in expert mode, thankfully we don't have to worry about that as an RNG factor, but it's a very exhausting fight. And already I'm starting to feel the burn, having to do this rotation constantly. Actually got a hit on me there. Yeah, bird is actually not too bad. Okay, so now blast force. Unfortunately, we're only on the 5th of 6th here. Or the 5th of 7 forces. With the 7 phases. Now we're on to tail. This one is quite hard to deal with. I'm gonna try to bait him low. So that we have some room up at the top to prevent him from moving too close. Oh, come on. He really wants to do the tail spin. Last force here. This is Tiger Force, and this is also a luck-based fight here. We don't want Tiger to rush at us from the to the left here, or sorry, to the right. Unfortunately, he's not giving us the best cooperative pattern. Thankfully, now he's doing the laser pattern here, so he gets to stand still for a little bit. Come on. Really, really exhausting fight. The main speedrun weapons are Laser Fire and Fire Chaser, or just Fire Chaser. You can use the Laser Fire. It does pump enough damage. But it's very low range, so it's not optimal. It's hard to utilize. It does do serviceable damage, but it's not the most optimal. But yeah, after that exhausting fight, this is why we want to select this stage last, because now we get some extra time to just relax, and enjoy a nice auto-scroller, so that we have time to rest our hands, so that we are not going to make a complete mockery of the stage that falls after all these selectable stages are done. Wow. Okay. Just, when in doubt, just kick, folks. Your physical kick is actually pretty strong in this game. But it doesn't prioritize everything. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. So here we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Yeah, so you can actually throw, if that wasn't clear, like, I mean, you probably knew from watching Dice Palace. But you can even jump up and grab the enemies themselves, and not just throwing grenades at them. I'm taking a lot of damage here. I should probably be a little more careful. No more playing. There's a chance I could get smushed here. Random chance if it happens or not. We don't even know if it happens. It also bears noting there is a pretty important soft lock to prevent here. So what we call the orange soft lock. I'm going to grab this. Yeah, that's a pretty tricky section. But we got up here, which is good. Now, it's important that I be careful about the oscillation cycle in this stage, because that's what actually causes the orange soft lock. Okay, that should give the stage time to finish the oscillation cycle. So, if you don't let the oscillation cycle finish in that stage before this cutscene plays out, that's what causes the orange soft lock. And, yeah, here's a familiar face. You might have saw him. You may have saw him in the previous level. Wasn't really a big deal. It's not really a big deal here. The real fight's right here. Mr. Muscleman himself, Orange. Great name, by the way. So we're actually gonna use a little bit of tricky AI manipulation here. We're just gonna drop down, drop back up. And there he goes. And that's all there is to the orange fight. So if you want to know what happens in the soft lock, during that whole free fall, you'll just continually free fall for like a minute and a half. It's pretty funny when it happens. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that whole thing. But since I'm kind of rusty at this game, I'm probably not going to do anything too crazy like that, even if my estimate's pretty generous. God. Okay. We got a platform here, we can utilize it. No, I wanted to throw him. God damn it, everybody. Why did they grab me? Okay, so unfortunately what I wanted to do is I wanted to throw the platform at this guy right here. Come on. There we go. Didn't actually take as much damage as I thought. Right, so, yo, nice hitbox on the kick. Oh god, oh god. We are not getting grabbed. Alright, cool. Grab that 10 and that 15, that's some extra health. Yeah, so Black Phantom's actually the hardest to kill. You need that platform to be just low enough. We're just gonna kind of chill and cling on to the boxes there. Keeps the enemies from causing too much problems. Did not get the quick kill on the yellow one. That's supposed to be the easiest one, since the platform just shows up right there. But sometimes you just don't get quite lucky on the pattern by the Phantom. There's nothing really you can do about it. It's just one of those things. It's luck. Please don't. Thank you. Oh, there's the throw. Yeah. So unfortunately, there is extra health we can grab, but usually it comes in the form of a bird that's falling behind us. And in a speedrun, you're just going to leave him behind usually to spawn him. It's really terrible like that. You want to just be a little bit careful. You want to time my jump kicks just right. You get out of the way. You also don't want to take a hit to these guys, these big guys here. Because then that happens. We're in a bit of trouble now. Because we're now 3-shottable if, depending on what the moveset is of this guy. Try to take some block shots here. You want to try to not throw this guy. This guy is really bad if you throw him, because what he'll do... Wow. This guy. He is loving his Psycho Crusher. That's kind of ideal, because when he's doing that move, he actually has no iframes. And now we want to chain this guy. We want to get him right to this corner here. Just constantly chain him. There's a different strat on the easier difficulties where physical is actually good. But on heavy, you really have to rely on throws and your conventional weapon. And that's Smash Daisaku. And sadly, that is the last we're going to see of Smash Daisaku. Unfortunately, he's just the comedy relief for the villains. The main villain is actually that guy in front there. We gave him the gems. That's what they were seeking after. That's kind of what we've been doing this entire story here. Because apparently the gems can revive, I guess his name is Gold and Silver, who is like the ultimate being, and he's really, really powerful, and people... Yeah, it's not a good fate to have him awaken. So, it's a fairly lengthy cutscene here. So I had some time to drink some water. So, I mentioned, like, at the beginning of this run, how much this game loves its auto-scrollers. Like, we've had an auto-scroller in Pink Stage, we've had an auto-scroller in the entirety of Green Stage, we've had an auto-scroller in even the Yellow Stage, the Orange Stage. This auto-scroller's, like, I think 7-8 minutes long. 6.5, I think, if you do it optimally, which is usually not going to happen. It's fastest to probably just not do any firing at all. This is a naturally laggy part of the game, so we want to try to mitigate the damage as much as possible here. And if I die at any point in this auto-scroller, it's back to the beginning of it I go. So it can potentially be a huge time loss. So if there's a place for Disaster Strike, it's probably going to be this level here. Hopefully that doesn't happen, though. So now, I want to... Oops. Nice luck there. Yo, sick. So many asteroids just coming right at me. Yeah, this is why what I mean. Like, you can get pretty unlucky. I want to try and destroy these ships as soon as possible. These ones in particular are dangerous. Oh my god. Okay, this is a bad situation. So there's a nice safe spot for this section here. And even with these enemies coming at us from behind, the Flame Chaser will always take care of them. So you can just tap the fire button, and the trail of flame will deal with them. Finally gonna actually get some health. That's a miracle. They don't give you much generosity to work with. That much is for sure. I am choosing to lag the screen just a little bit if I feel like I need to get these enemies out of the way. I'm going to try to preserve this health as much as possible. There is certain phases coming up. Because, I mean, after this long auto-scroller, there's also this really, there's this boss fight that awaits us after the fact. I should not be hanging over there. I guess I want an asteroid to hit me right in the back. Whew, good. Sometimes this meteor snake does despawn. Not a big deal if he doesn't. I don't even think it loses any time. But sometimes I swear it does. Okay. I'm actually going to spend the time just dodging everything here. Now here we want to try to get rid of all the projectiles. It does make navigating this part pretty difficult. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We took a damage there, but we are going to get a little bit more health. Got rid of that. Good. Awesome. And don't worry about these ads. They'll clear out eventually. We're still in a pretty good situation here. One more enemy and he has health. Good. Now here we can just dodge everything. Nothing here really does that much damage. Oh, actually we should probably fire these guys. Yo, outsanity. Follow to the SegaCrew. Okay. So there's a bit of craziness going on here. Thankfully, they don't do too much damage, even if they do run into you. Want to kill that slow one. Actually has quite a good spread to the explosion. Okay, so here's the boss of this scroller here. We see 7 forces again, and he's also luck-based. Well, he's luck-based well, actually, he's more luck-based than the other fight, at least as far as expert goes. We want to see less of this phase because it's a very laggy phase. Oh god. This could be dangerous. Good. Get a bit of soldier in here. You want to be careful with that. You want to be careful with those projectiles. We also want to see this boss on the side here. Come on, come on. Damn it, he's so close to death. We did get past the auto-scroller, so that's good. We got some health we can grab here. Thank goodness for that, because we are not done with this level yet. Good. Come on. Leave me alone. Yo! Sick. Obscenity with the 2 gifted subs. One that even went to me. Nice. Thank you very much, Obscenity. Alright, so here is the trio unit of fights. Hammer is kind of a problem. We do not want to see the hammer run off. Okay, unfortunately the hammer ran off, so now we are guaranteed to lose 25 seconds for that. Just one of those luck factors in the run. Whoops. Gotta pay a little better attention there. Oh, God! Okay, this is a bad situation now. Maybe I should focus on it. I wanted to thank you for that gift and stuff, but I guess I'll say it here instead. So that's only one of the fights, and we're in a bit of a pickle here. We're in a bit of a pickle because Unit of Dragon can be very hard to avoid damage from. So we'll just have to play the war of attrition with them. Alright, good. So as long as I avoid the damage, I should be fine. We got kind of lucky there with those explosions. Alright, last phase. Last one. And this is actually the easiest by quite a large margin. So his pattern's pretty scripted. Well, his movement isn't, but his attack pattern is. So he's going to start with the upper. Now I want to jump over this one here. He's just going to alternate between the two. There we go. See, we did it. We didn't die in that entire stretch. That was good. Not too bad. Shabby. Ugly split all around, but you take those. So, yeah, all those fights that we just did. And now we got this nice final boss rush here. Start with these guys here. You might recall they were part of the pink fight. Kind of her henchmen. Nice. Alright, so that's the first phase out of the way. This one's not too bad. I'm gonna just throw him 3 times. That's all it takes. Easy. Think this is health? Yep. Gonna take some safety health here. Just because, well, we've had a bit of rough patches in this run, so better safe than sorry. Alright, so the pink fight. Starts with the bubble. So it looks like we have forced the pattern where now she's just gonna constantly throw bubbles at us. Once she gets to a certain amount of health, This fight actually just keeps throwing the bubbles out. But you have to make sure you're close enough to force the bubbles to come out. So it's kind of important you take note of that. Oh, okay, that could have been some help. Not a big deal, though. I think I should be able to... Alright, so this fight can be a little dangerous. We want to try to throw orange as much as possible. There's a certain move where he'll flex his arms and then do like this massive explosion. I think it does like 50 damage, so you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Which is that move right there. But yeah, once he gets low enough, he'll start doing this charge. But those moves tend to be pretty easy to avoid if you just keep charging, or keep throwing him. It's pretty easy to actually grab him, surprisingly. Alright, so black fight. The black green fight is kind of annoying. I'll try and destroy these things. They touch the ground. They do touch the ground. It does cause a bit of lag. Three-prong attack. That's not great, but it's fine. You got a strat here for this. You ideally want the other laser attack because it's actually a lot easier to get pot shots. Oh my goodness. I hate this fight so much sometimes. Okay, we finally got rid of it. Now, okay, maybe I should pay attention what I'm doing. So we got one more fight in the boss rush, and that is green here. And this is a fight that's pretty annoying. I'll try to force. We actually want to force him over into that side there. We want to make sure he stays away from us. Once he gets low enough, he'll probably start trying to leap forward. But yeah, we're basically gonna kind of play cheesy and lame it out with this guy. We have really no reason to approach him. You can get grabbed, and that's like 20 damage. And in our health right now, probably not the safest thing to do. Just a few more rounds of this. Yeah, we got him. Okay, he was actually very generous with patterns. And, yeah, that ends the boss rush. Nice little swag flame chaser there. Control that during this entire cutscene. Now, we don't get to face the Empire, actually. We get to face Gold and Silver himself. Because the gems actually betray the Empire. Actually, I don't know what his real name is. I think he has probably a different name of some sort. We want to grab this. We want to get into a certain position where we can manipulate this guy's pattern. What he will do is that he'll do certain attacks depending on where you are in accordance to him. Hopefully got the right spot. Nice. Make sure he keeps doing this attack for a little bit. so Gold and Silver's kind of just chilling, and yeah. So I spin that big direct spot so I can force the spreader attack, and you can actually avoid that if you stand in the direct. It's kind of a manipulation that was found by a Chinese runner known as Big Blue. But yeah, that was the Gold and Silver fight. At some point, he does start to use the other gems to attack him. Which attack he uses, well, that's what he'll, whatever attack whichever gem activates, that's the one that's gonna help him in the fight. And in higher difficulties, he'll stay in the fight, and you have to worry about both him and the gem. And that's pretty much it. That's Gunstar Heroes. Oof. I should probably mention, the only reason I'm playing on Japanese version here is because it saves a whole 2 seconds in text. That's it. No real other time advantages. There's nothing faster in enemy patterns or whatnot. It's just a couple seconds in text. Thanks for the GG's Kit Kats pancakes. My throat probably got a little bit raspy there because I just kept talking and probably lost my voice a little bit there. Well, while this is playing out, I'm going to double check and see if anyone has jumped in and or jumped on the wagon to close things out, but it does look like I'm probably going to be the one closing out tonight. Don't worry though, SegaCrew will be back tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure when. I guess the schedule will say it all right there. Thank you, Nightbot. Looks like, yeah, I mean, Boss was supposed to do stuff, but he was not feeling well, so it looks like tomorrow they'll be back at 10 a.m. My time, of course, which is West Pacific time, with some random Sega games with Sheen Gabriel. I'll look forward to that. Do you think those stars are moved via horizontal DMA or line effects? Who knows? Probably. You know, in the Sega universe, it's all one joint universe in our hearts. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be closing things out. So that's pretty much going to be it for tonight, the SegaCrew. For those that stuck around, thank you for watching. And not these ones, the ones in the ending cutscene. Yeah, like I said, maybe. Okay, so I don't have any other games to show, and whatnot. So all I can do is sign off for the entire group. So yeah, thank you for watching, and tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. I don't know what time zone you're all in. If you want to know the schedule, Nightbot has been posting it, so be sure to check that out. I am going to sign off with that. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you all for sticking around tonight. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the generous, and I do mean generous, gifted subs. But it is time for us. It is time for us to sadly go. And come back fresh tomorrow.